get comfortable, allow your back to be away from the back of the chair. Make sure your feet are squarely on the ground. You want to connect into the earth. And rolling your shoulders a few times, particularly if there's any tension hanging out there. Let's go a few circles in the other direction. And then just let those shoulders melt down your back. Allow your eyes to close or look softly at the floor in front of you. We want to remove the distractions around us so we can pay attention to what's going on inside. Body, mind, heart, emotions, energy. Who do you bring to your practice today? Who are you in this moment? And beginning first by just noticing the breath as it's flowing in and out. And allowing the breath to inform you of whatever is present, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. We listen to the body. And then inviting your breath to get a little bit deeper so that the belly begins to soften and expand as you begin your breath, drawing it all the way up through the chest to the shoulders and exhaling from the top down. Creating those delicious waves of breath. And envisioning that each time you breathe in, you could draw something into yourself, such as peace, healing, comfort, joy. And each time you breathe out, letting yourself release some tension, some tightness, as well as anything that no longer serves you. All of your attention linked to the breath. So at the end of the next exhale, put that technique to one side. Let your natural breath find you. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Remembering that coming into the present moment is a wonderful gift you can give yourself. The past is history. The future is mystery. But this moment right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And we'll bring our centering to close by bringing hands to prayer position and uniting our voices in the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om Shanti, peace. So we'll begin our movement part of the practice today by going through the 6 movements of the spine. So bringing your chest forward, shoulders back as you breathe in, allowing your head to look up. And then as you exhale, tucking your chin, rolling off your sit bones, rounding your spine, letting all the breath go. Inhaling, opening wide. Breathing in, exhale, letting it go. So beginning very gently at first, you might be a little stiff. Maybe haven't done this movement in a while, so just be gentle with yourself. Breathing in, shoulders back, opening wide, look up. Exhale, rounding, letting it go. And let's do that once more. Breathing in very deeply, shoulders back. Exhale, tucking the chin, rolling off the sit bones. And then bring it back to center. Getting ready for our twist, we'll start with the right arm, stretching it out long. Exhale, bring that palm to your left knee, left hand to the side of your chair. Always growing a little bit taller each time you breathe in. And allowing the exhale to deepen the twist. An option here is to cross the left leg over the right. Keep those shoulders relaxed. One more deep breath in. And then on the exhale, let's come around. And we'll do our other version of the twist. So I'm going to bring both feet to the left. Make sure I'm sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in, let the exhale bring your arms around to the back of your chair. Being careful not to over twist your neck. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. Let's take one more breath here. And then on the exhale, let that guide you around to the front. And we'll do both on the other side. Left arm reaches out. Always remembering to put lots of energy in the arm extension. So feeling the muscles wrap around the bone. Good. Breathe in, exhale, bring that palm to your right knee, right hand to the side of your chair. Stay connected with your breath. And letting your thoughts stay in the moment. Crossing the right leg over the left if you'd like. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, releasing that version of the twist. And we'll do the other version. So both feet coming over to the right. Always want to make sure that the feet are flat on the floor. Good. Breathe in. And then reaching around, holding on to the back of your chair. Be kind to your neck. Don't over twist. Let's take one more breath in and then allow the exhale to bring us all the way around to the front. So the last 2 movements are threading the needle. And remember, you have lots and lots of options here. It could be just a simple slide along the thigh. You could lean forward and you could sweep the arm up. So whatever is feeling most accessible to you this morning, that's where you want to go with this. So let's stretch the right arm out, reach it long, exhale, slide it along the thigh, and just ease yourself in a little bit at a time. I'm going to fold forward. My head stays nice and relaxed. Neck is soft. And allow the left arm, if you like, to sweep up. You can even give your head a little shake, and that's a nice way to remind it to stay relaxed. Breathing in and coming up to center. Take a breath. Going to the other side, the left arm stretches out. Sliding it along the thigh. Guiding yourself in. Relaxing your head and adding the arm sweep if that's what your body would like to do this morning. Feel the breath. Anytime you feel tension building up, if you let the breath go with a sigh, the body knows to relax. Let's breathe in now and sweep up and take another breath. So it's a beautiful day outside this morning. So delightful after this protracted winter we had this year. So we're going to do some sun salutations. We'll do 3. So beginning by bringing your hands to prayer, pressing the palms together lightly, feeling the muscles engage in your upper arms. And let's breathe in, sweep the arms up. And let the exhale reach your fingers back. Take your breath in as you come up to mountain. And now dive down, let it all go. Palms to knees, breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhaling, sweeping those arms back up again, gathering in the breath. Exhale, reach it back. Take your breath in and bring it back to your heart. Breathe in and exhale, reach it back. Breathe in and lengthen through center before you begin to fold. Let the breath go. Palms to knees, breathing in halfway, exhaling and folding. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up and reaching it back. Breathing in, coming to rest again at your heart. Last time, let's be really grateful for the breath, for the sun. Reach it back, exhale. Breathing into mountain, folding forward, letting it go. Palms to knees as you come up halfway, flat back. Exhale and fold. And inhale, sweeping the arms up. Let's reach it back. Let the breath go. Take it back to mountain and exhale into the heart. And always at the end, we pause. And we pause so we can pay attention to what's happening in the body, energy, and thoughts. And release. So I don't know how it's going on for all of you out there, but there are times when I just want to throw a hissy fit about feeling confined and that kind of thing. So I thought a great pose to add today to release our voices with our frustration. We could just imagine that we're sending all those frustrations out into the universe and letting them go. We're going to do lion pose. So that's always a fun one to do. So making sure you're sitting up tall. Remember, you're going to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to become a lion. You're going to stretch your tongue out. You're going to make claws with your hands. And you're going to let out the most fearsome sound you possibly can. Everybody ready? Here we go. Breathe in. And then let it go. That felt so good. I want to do it again. Good. Deep breath in. Stick that tongue out as far as it'll go. Ah. Ah. If there's somebody else in the room, ah, you can send that energy out. Ah. And then become a peaceful lion. Let yourself sit and breathe. How good it feels to let yourself be foolish. Great. All right. So let's do some strengthening work. We're going to work on the Pilates 100. Remember, your choices are to keep the heels down, or if you want to work your abs a little harder, you're going to pick the feet up and point your toes. So there's a space behind my back, so my muscles are supporting my core, not the chair. Arms extend, and what moves is the arms. 4 breaths in and 4 breaths out, and we pump the arms. Here we go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Blow it out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Couple more. In, 2, 3, 4. One more. Make it count. 2, 3, 4. And let's pause. See if you can pull your chest forward just a little more. Breathe into that. Great. Lower your feet. Let them separate a little wider. Lower your hands and just allow yourself to melt forward. And let it go. Sigh out the breath. Sigh out any tension. And then to further strengthen your core, bring your hands to your hips, engage those muscles, and hinge up to seated. Great. Let's work on seated warrior. I'm going to turn and face the left front corner of my chair. Hands at the hips to begin. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, step your right foot back. Press back through the heel and let it go. So notice that each time you press that heel back, maybe you sit up a little bit taller. So that's a good thing. And this time when we press it back, let's just keep the press of the heel and adding the arms, if you like, out to the side or overhead. And there's another option for the arms too, if you'd care to try. You can bring the hands around behind your back, interlace the fingers, squeeze your shoulders, open your chest, and breathe in. One more breath, and then relax, release, and swing your body around so you're facing the front. Feet are still wide apart. We'll go into Trikonasana, the triangle. I'm going to turn my left foot out, my right foot in slightly. Right arm extends up. And always pausing for a minute to create length in the side body before you begin to bend. Exhaling, reach into the side. You can take that left arm and gently press against the inside of the thigh. Head looks up at the horizon or at the floor, your choice. Lots of length in the side body, lots of room for breath. Let's take in one more breath here. And then on an exhale, guide that arm down and heel toe your feet to center. Just take a minute to receive that stretch. It's in the release of the stretch that we really notice how it affects our bodies. So take the time to appreciate that. And we'll go to the other side now. So I'm going to face the right front corner of the chair, hands at the hips to begin. Inhaling, exhale, left foot steps back. Allow that left hip to roll towards the floor. Pressing back with the heel and then relaxing. Press it back and relax again. Notice how much taller you sit when that heel is pressed. If you'd like, adding your arms in whatever position feels right. Remember, there's this option, hands behind the back, shoulder blades squeezing together, heart opening. Nice full breath. One more breath here. Release your arms and rotate your body so you're facing the front. We'll get ready for triangle on this side. So right foot turns out, left foot turns in slightly. Arm extends up. Reach for the sky. See if you can touch the ceiling. And then begin to arch directly to the side. Right arm can come down to the inside of the right leg. Gaze rests where it's comfortable for your neck. Don't lose that breath. Keep a hold of the breath. Once more, breathing in and then letting the next in-breath lift it up. Release your arms and heel-toe your feet together. Taking a moment just to sit and breathe. So we're going to come up to standing, and we'll come up through chair pose just so we get a little extra strengthening work. But if chair pose is something that's not comfortable for you or not appropriate, feel free to just come up to standing and join the rest of the posture. So I'm going to move my feet back. Heels lift up. The minute I start to stand, allow those heels to drop down. Don't stay up on your toes. Here we go. Feet are hip width apart. Breathe in. On an exhale, stand part way up. So the knees are bent. Okay, we're coming into a little partial squat here. You can keep the hands at the waist, or you can add some intensity by lifting your arms to the front or overhead, your choice. Breathe and find something to love about this stretch. Feel those quads working. Oh my. Feel free to come out whenever you need to. I'm going to take one more breath here. Lowering the arms, straightening the legs, and let's just jiggle them out a little bit. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to come to the side of my chair. I'm going to start on the left side. And we'll do a little balance prep. So come on up on your toes. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So the chair is always there for your support, your silent partner in yoga. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Good. And then just rock your feet from side to side. So we're just rolling the outside edges of the feet. So nice. I have the windows open. I'm listening to the birds sing outside. It's beautiful. So remember the guidelines for standing work. Every time we put all of our weight on one leg, that knee needs to stay soft. And that's to help with balance and also to take the strain off the joints. Let the muscles do the work. So Switch all of your weight to your right leg. Keep the knee a little soft. Begin to lift the left leg. So if you want, you can use a yoga tie under your thigh, or you can just hang on. Something to look at. And we'll take this right into tree pose. So bringing the foot out to the side, take a minute to open the hips, and then choose a position for the foot. The foot can be on the floor. You can bring it opposite the calf, whatever works. Build your branches with one arm or both arms. Reach it up, fill the body with breath, toes to the tips of your fingers. Just enjoying everything about each breath. Good. One more breath in and exhale. Lower the hands. We're going to step that left foot out to the side, getting ready for standing triangle. Again, both knees are a little bit soft. You can even bounce a little bit just to make sure the knees are soft. I'm going to turn my right foot so the toes are facing the chair and the left foot turns in a little. Now, rather than letting the hips drift towards the chair, guide them so they're facing forward. Left arm reaches up and over you go. And if you don't need that right hand for stability on the chair, release it to the inside of your leg. Again, adjust your gaze to wherever is comfortable and where you feel most balanced. Good, and let's inhale up. Come into a nice counter stretch on the other side. Great. And move into runner stretch. So, right foot stays where it is. Left foot turns towards the chair as well as your hips. So, just a reminder about runner stretch. It's a flat back pose. So, when you come forward, you're moving directly from your hip crease. So try not to round your back. You want to think about extension rather than folding. So here we go. Exhale the breath. Place your hands wherever is comfortable for you. Coming as deeply into the fold as you like. This is a great hamstring stretch. You can even release your hands if you don't require them for stability and balance. And breath. Good. The next time you breathe in, let that be the cue to come on up. And we'll add that little back bend here, just because it feels so good. Step your feet together, take a pause, take a breath, and we'll go to the other side. So shifting your weight now to the leg closest to the chair, which should be your left leg. Again, remind that knee to keep a little bit of bend. Great. And let's begin to lift up the other foot. And you'll always notice that one side is easier to balance on than the other. That's true for everybody. You can hold on to the chair, you can release the chair, whatever works. And if you wiggle and wobble, that's fine too. That's just what the body does. And let's get into tree pose. So knee comes out to the side, choose a foot position. Take a minute to really open the hips by drawing that bent knee back. And build your branches. Reaching for the sky. Imagining that your toes are your roots, your torso is the trunk of the tree, and your arms are the branches. Breathing all together. One more breath, and then lower the hands. Setting up for triangle now. I'm going to step my feet apart. And sometimes people want to know if the toes should face forward or if you can turn your feet out slightly. And my answer to that is yes. So whatever feels best for you is what's appropriate. So I'm going to turn my left foot towards the chair, my right foot in slightly, squaring the hips again so they're facing forward. Extend that right arm. Put a lot of energy and begin to arch to the side, reaching a little further. And if you like, releasing the inside arm. You don't need it for balance. Choosing a gaze point that's comfortable. Let's do one more breath. And inhale, bring it up. A little bit of a counter stretch. Oh, great. So straight-legged runner stretch on this side. Left foot stays where it is, right foot turns in, and hips now face the chair as well. So remembering to extend out as you fold. Think length, 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 length. Bringing your hands wherever you need to on the chair or releasing them behind you for a little bit of extra balance work. Continuing to lengthen and extend each time you breathe. And then inhale, let's come on up. And take a minute just to do the counter stretch. And release. Good. And step your feet together. So we're going to do a standing posture called Sky Gazer. And in yoga, it's considered a devotional prayer because the heart is lifted up towards the heavens. It's also a little bit of a balance pose. So the first thing you need to do is choose a hand position that will work for you. And I'll show you what the options are. You can place your hands at your hips. So whatever position you choose for your hands and arms, remember that the intention is to open the heart. So if your hands are at your hips, draw the elbows out so the chest comes forward. You can also bring your hands around behind your back. I'll show you, I'm holding on to opposite elbows here. Again, drawing the shoulder blades together. If you have the range, the flexibility, you can do what's known as reverse prayer. So the palms are together between your shoulder blades, elbows back. So if you're having difficulty with balance, I would suggest that you keep one hand on the chair, one hand on your hip, and just draw the shoulders back that way. So taking a walking step forward on your right foot. Bring your hands into the position that works for you at the waist, holding on to opposite elbows, or reverse prayer. Open the chest. Soften both knees and turn your gaze upward. It's called the Sky Gazer. I love this pose. Let your heart soar. Good, and bringing that back to center, we're going to take a walking step forward with the left foot. Remember, it's a small step. I like to rock back and forth too, to really feel myself connecting with the earth. Good, draw the shoulders back, let the heart lift, breathe in, lift your head. Imagine sending your breath upward. And just breathing. Good. As you inhale this time, bring it back to center. Step your feet together. Release your hands and bring them back to prayer. Take a moment just to know what's been happening, what you're feeling physically, emotionally, energetically. And release. So take a seat. We're going to take a minute, just sit, and then I'm going to guide you through what we call box breathing, which is a good way to relieve tension and anxiety anytime during the day. It's also one of those techniques that's very helpful if you've had a busy day and you can't quiet your mind to fall asleep, or if you wake up during the night and would like some help in going back to sleep. So we know that all of these breathing techniques that we do in yoga are meant to help us manage our energy, either to perk us up or quiet us down. And this is definitely a quieting breath. But first, let's just allow ourselves to sit and not breathing in any particular way or style right now, just letting the breath find its own level, its own rate and rhythm and depth. Just noticing whatever is going on in the body, the thoughts, the energy, the emotions. You may be holding a feeling of gratitude in your heart for the gift of the body, the gift of the breath, the gift of the practice and this moment. Good, and letting your breath get a little bit deeper now. If you want to add some stretches before we begin our pranayama practice, that's fine. Good. So I'm going to come up a little closer to the computer. Hi, everybody. Okay. So box breathing is basically a technique where you're extending the inhale and the exhale. We're going to begin the technique by breathing in to a count of 4 and exhaling to a count of 4. And we'll do that for a short period of time, and then we'll add a little something to that you can play with it. Okay, so it's not necessary for you to close your eyes, but if you'd like to do that, that's fine. Just make sure you're sitting comfortably. Allow yourself to breathe in to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. 3, 2, 1, and then breathing in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. And just pause for a minute. So we're going to add a little something to that routine now. Breathing into the count of 4, create a pause between the inhale and the exhale. And we'll just pause very briefly. And then again, another pause when the body is empty before you begin the next inhale. So let's try. And again, if it becomes uncomfortable for you, just go back to the original routine of 4 in and 4 out, or even 3 in and 3 out, if that's more comfortable for you. So let's begin. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. And then breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the body empty. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And pause. And in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the body empty. And one more time. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And relax. So there's any number of ways you can play with that technique. If you have lung issues, if you are short of breath, if you have asthma or COPD or one of those, sometimes the breath holding is a little challenging, and sometimes the extended inhale and exhale is a little challenging as well. So you can, as I said, shorten it to 3 in and 3 out. And if you'd like, you can extend the holding. So in other words, you could breathe into the count of 4, hold for a count of 2 or 3, or even 4. Exhale, hold the count a little longer, hold the body empty, and then begin again. So infinite numbers of possibilities, and it's all a matter of what works best for you. That's the best part about yoga, is it's infinitely adaptable to every person's needs and wants and whatever works for them. So I'd like to finish up our session by unmuting everybody so we can have an opportunity